So last class we discussed on program to find transpose of a matrix. So there we studied how to read a matrix, how to print a matrix, and how to display its transpose. So I hope everyone still remembers how to read and how to print a matrix. So today we are going to discuss about how to find sum of two matrices. Sum of two matrices. So matrix sum dot C. So to find sum of two matrices, we have to read two matrices and we have to add those two matrices and store it in a third matrix. So first I am declaring first matrix sum 50-50, then second matrix, then to store the sum I am using another matrix called C. And also I am declaring some variables R1 which denotes number of rows in first matrix, C1 which denotes number of columns in first matrix, R2 which denotes number of rows in second matrix, similarly C2 which denotes number of columns in second matrix, and also we need some variables I, j. Rohit PB. So if I have a matrix R1 by C1 and R2 by C2, so to perform addition, what is the condition? For matrix addition, two matrices must follow a condition. What is the condition? Okay, suppose I have a matrix A whose order is 3 by 2, and suppose I have matrix B, its order is 3 by 2. Here addition is possible. For adding two matrices, the condition is the number of rows in first matrix must be same as number of rows in second matrix, and also number of columns in first matrix must be same as number of columns in second matrix. So this is the condition. So we can add some matrix like 3 cross 2 and 3 cross 3. 3 cross 3. And one more thing, if I have a matrix as A11, A12, A21, A22, and some matrix B as B11, B12, B21, and B22, then the sum matrix C will be same as A11 plus B11, A12 plus B12. Similarly here A21 plus B21, and here A22 plus B22. So we all know about that. So this is how we perform addition. So next we have to next we have to read two matrices. So first of all, I am reading the order of both the matrices. Printf enter number of rows and columns of first matrix scanf percentage %d comma ampersand r1. So if it is a 8 a.m. class, please join at least before 8:05. C1. Similarly, before reading the matrix, I am reading the order of the second matrix also. I am reading the order of second matrix also. R2, C2. So we have to check on condition. The condition means R1 equal to R2 and C1 equal to C2. If that condition is satisfied, only we can perform the matrix addition. We can perform the matrix addition. So in a sense, we can say if the condition is satisfied only, we have to read the matrix also. If the order is different for two matrices, addition is not possible, and if addition is not possible in this program, there is no meaning in reading those two matrices. So I am checking it, writing a condition if R1 equal to R2 and because we have to check both the condition, C1 equal to C2, we have to read the matrix. For reading the matrix, we need two for loops. So printing printf enter matrix 1 last class we studied how to read a matrix. So here R1, here it is C1. So after reading the first matrix, we have to read the second matrix. So I'm copying these statements and making the changes. So it is matrix 2 and there R2 and C2. Here it is, second matrix is stored in B. So I hope you understood these things. So these for loops, this much statement is to read the first matrix. This much statement is to read the second matrix. So all of you know that. Next we have to perform the addition. So here how to perform the addition? So we already we already told you to add two matrices. We are going to perform A11 plus B11. Then A12 plus B12. And these values are stored in C11 and C12. So there also I need two for loops. And one more thing, here when we perform the addition, the resultant matrix or the sum matrix will have the order same as the other two matrices. Here we have three matrices A, B and C. If the order of B is R1 and C1, and if the order of B is R2 and C2, we can perform only if R1 equal to R2 and C1 equal to C2. And also the order of result matrix is also same as R1 C1 or R2 C2. So here I am writing on matrix on two for loops again. Here I am writing we all know how these for loops work. First it will work for 1 1, then it work for 1 2 and so on. So C of I j equal to A of I j plus B of I j. B of I j. So is this statement clear? If these statements are clear, please type clear in the chat box. And if you have any doubt in this statement, please ask. Is this statement clear? Okay. So this will find the sum of A and B and it will store in C. Next thing is we have to print the matrix or display the matrix. So printf result matrix /n. We already studied how to print a matrix. So I'm just copying those statements and making the necessary changes. So here it is R1 and C1. So here you have to understand, okay, here I have an if condition. If this condition is not satisfied, the meaning is we can't perform addition. We can't perform addition. So here the if is there and the if closes here. So I'm writing an else. Printf addition not possible. Addition not possible. Okay. Others Kumar. What is the purpose of these statements? Others. To read the first matrix. Okay. So similarly, these statements are to read the second matrix. Second matrix. Suppose I have a matrix A which have 1, 2, 3 and 4, and I have a matrix B that is 5, 6 and 7, 8. Okay, this for loop will perform the addition. This for loop will perform the addition. So here I equal to 1, I less than or equal to R2. Here R2 means number of rows. Both the matrix, the number of rows will be same. So the possible I values are 1 and 2. And when the I is 1, the possible j values are j equal to 1, j less than or equal to C2. C2 means column 2. How many columns are there? 2 columns. So when I equal to 1, j can take values 1 and 2. Similarly, when I equal to 2, j can take values 1 and 2. So C of ij equal to A of ij plus B of ij. The meaning is initially I value will be 1. At that time j is also 1. So C of 1 1 equal to A of 1 1 plus B of 1 1. A of 1 1 is 1. B of 1 1 is 5. 1 plus 5 is 6. So that will be the C11. C means resultant matrix. Next what happens is the j value will increment and j becomes 2. So at that time this is I is 1, I is still 1, so j is 2. So C of 1 2 equal to A of 1 2 plus B of 1 2. A of 1 2 is 2. B of 1 2 is 6. 2 plus 6 is 8. Okay, similarly it will work for the next row also. So when I becomes 2, it will work for the second row. So this block is to find sum, and this for loop is to find to print the result. Any doubt in this program? Please ask if you have any doubt. If it is clear, please type clear in the chat box. Okay. So let me move to the next program. Write a program to find product of two matrices. Write a program to find product of two matrices. So I am only modifying this program because half the part of the program will be same as this earlier program to find the sum. Matrix product.c. Suppose I have a matrix A and I have a matrix B. The order of matrix is R1 cross C1 and order of matrix B is R2 cross C2. To perform multiplication, what is the condition? To perform or to find the product of two matrices, what is the condition? Advait. Advait, can you hear me? So I have two matrices, R1 cross C1 and R2 cross C2. Suppose I want to find the product of these two matrices. What is the condition? Okay, that means here C1 must be equal to R2. C1 must be equal to R2. That is the condition. And I have a third matrix C. Anu, can you hear me? So the third matrix, that means the product matrix is C. What will be the order of that product matrix? R1 cross C2. Good. R1 cross C2. So these things you have to keep in mind. So to perform multiplication, C1 must be equal to R2 and the resultant matrix will be R1 cross C2. R1 cross C2. So here instead of this condition we have to write R1 equal to C2. R1 equal to C2. Then here instead of addition not possible, we have to write multiplication not possible. Multiplication not possible. So this one is same because here also you have to read a matrix 1. This part is also same. We have to read a matrix 2. This part we have some difference because here we are not finding adding two matrices, we are multiplying two matrices. And here resultant matrix, it is almost same. But here the number of columns is R1, number of rows is R1 and number of columns is C2. In result matrix, number of rows is R1 and number of columns is C2. So here this I less than or equal to R1, no need to change. Here we have to make some change. J less than or equal to C2. And then we have to write some statements here. It will perform the matrix multiplication. So we are going to discuss what are the statements which we have to include here. So here these are the statements what we have to include in that area, in that gap. So if here you notice we have three nested for loop. This one is the outer for loop. This one is the inner for loop. One more inner for loop is there. So the innermost for loop is this one. So here it is I1 less than or equal to R1. Here I have written R1 because the number of rows in resultant matrix is also R1. So give me 1 minute. Here the number of rows in resultant matrix is R1. Similarly, here number of rows in resultant matrix is C2. Here I have one more for loop for k equal to 1, k less than or equal to R2. So instead of R2, we can write C1 also. Because we know R2 and C1 are equal. So both are correct. So I will explain these 3 for loops with the help of an example. So here I have two matrices A and B. Order of A is 2 cross 3. Order of A is 2 cross 3. Number of rows is 2, number of columns is 3, and B is 3 cross 2. Since C1 and R2 are equal, multiplication is possible. And the order of resultant matrix is R1 cross C2, that is 2 cross 2. 2 cross 2 will be the resultant matrix. So here what is the value of R1? Value of R1 is 2. What is the value of C2? C2 is also 2. What is the value of R2? R2 is 3. R2 is 3. Varsha, Shibu. Here what are the possible values of I? I is 1 and 2. Okay. Okay, you can mute the mic. Okay. Varatha. Varatha, can you hear me? Sham Santosh. Okay, when I equal to 1, what are the possible values of J? One, two. Okay. So here you just look at the first table. So possible values of I are 1 and 2. When value of I is 1, the possible values of J are 1 and 2. And when the value of I is 2, possible values of J are 1 and 2. Okay. So here I have one more inner for loop. Shashikant Singh. What are the possible values of K? 1, 2 and 3. So listen carefully. It is the innermost for loop. When J equal to 1, it will execute for 1, 2, 3. When J equal to 2, it will execute for 1, 2, 3. So here J is 1, so it will execute for 1, 2, 3. Here J is 2, so it will execute for 1, 2, 3. Here J is 1, again it will execute for 1, 2, 3. Here J is 2, again it will execute for 1, 2, 3. Okay, I just modified this table and I have written like this. I have written these statements. So when I equal to 1 and when J equal to 1, initially K will be 1. Then I equal to 1 and J equal to 1, K will be 2. Then I equal to 1, J equal to 1, then K will be 3. I just modify the table and return like this. So here how many rows are there? Here I have 12 rows. Here I have 12 rows. How I got those 12 rows? Here I have a 2. So 2 into, here again I have a 2. 2 into 3. See how I got 2 into 2 is 4, 4 into 3 is 12. See how I got 12 rows. First, that means these statements, this statement will be executed 12 times. This statement will be executed 12 times. For values ijk 111, 112 based on this table. The values, the possible values of I, J and K are there in this table. Okay. So one more thing is there. whenever the j value changes, or whenever the j value changes, I have one variable called sum. I have one variable called sum, and that will be stored as 0. That will be stored as 0. So anyway, I will explain with the help of an example. I have a variable sum. Okay. So in the initial condition, I is 1. So I less than or equal to R1. So it will execute this for loop. J equal to 1. J less than C2. That condition is also true. Then it will come inside. Sum equal to 0. So sum will be stored as 0. Sum will be stored as 0. Then k equal to 1. 1 less than or equal to R2. That is also true. So these statements will be executed. Sum equal to sum plus. So 0 plus a of ik. A of ik. A of ik means 1 1. 1 1. A of 1 1 is this 7. Star. B of kj. K is 1. J is 1. K is 1. J is 1. So B of 1 1 is 4. So 7 star 4. 7 star 4 is 28. And this 28 will be stored in sum. So here we will get a new value 28. Then again k plus plus, k is 2. 2 less than or equal to R2. 2 less than or equal to R2 is true. Again these statements will be executed. Sum equal to sum plus, sum is 28 plus a of ik for this one. Ik means 1 2. 1 2 is 8. 1 2 is 8. Star b of kj. Kj is 2 1. Kj is 2 1. 2 1 means this one 7. So 7 into 8. What is 7 into 8? 56. So 28 plus 56 is 76, 84. So that 84 will be stored in sum. So sum value changes and it becomes 84. Again k plus plus. Now k becomes 3. K becomes 3. 3 less than or equal to 3 is true. So again these statements are executed. Sum equal to sum plus. Sum is 84. A of ik. Ik is 1 3. 9. B of kj. B of kj is 2. 9 into 2 is 18. So 84 plus 18 is 102. 84 plus 18 is 102. Then again k plus plus. K becomes 4. But 4 less than or equal to R2 is false. 4 less than or equal to R2 is false. So this for loop didn't execute anymore. It will execute the next statement. It will execute the next statement. C of ij. C of ij. Here what is the value of I and j? Here I and j is 1. 1 1. So C of 1 1 is sum. What is sum? 102. Here 102 will come. Okay, j plus plus will happen. J plus plus will happen. Okay, you can mute the mic. So the entire statements are executed inside the. In these entire statements executed, so then j plus plus will happen. So j becomes 2. So there, similar to these earlier steps, for these values, it will calculate C12. So C12 will calculate. For the remaining values, what happens? C21 and C22 will be filled. C22 will be filled. Did you get some idea about matrix multiplication? How many of you are clear with the concept? Please type clear in the chat box. So those who are clear with these four loops, these 3 for loops, please type clear in the chat box. Okay. So already put some gap to include the statements to perform multiplication. So now I am writing those statements for I equal to 1, I less than R1, I plus plus, for j equal to 1, j less than or equal to C2. Here also there is an equal to symbol. J plus plus, sum equal to 0, for k equal to 1, k less than or equal to R2, k plus plus, sum equal to sum plus a of I k plus star b of k j c of I j equal to sum. So I have to declare some variables, comma k, comma sum. Can anyone understand that error? Okay, thank you. Okay. Oh, earlier program also I didn't execute, na? Sum of two matrices. Okay. Anyway, let me execute this one. After that, I will execute that some program also. So first one is 2, 3. Next one is 3, 2. So I am entering the matrix 1, 7, 8, 9. It is not 17, actually it is after enter matrix 1, I have typed 7. 3, 4, 5, entering matrix 2, 4, 5, 7, 6, 2, 3. So resultant matrix is also wrong. Okay, let me check. Okay, here the resultant matrix I am trying to print C A, but it is C. Again I am executing the program. Two, three, 3, 2, 7, 8, 9, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 7, 6, 2, 3. So I got 102, 110, 50, 54. This is the resultant matrix. So remember, this is not 17 and 24, it is 7 and 4. 7 and 4. And also I will execute the earlier program also. So here I will put some colons to avoid the confusion. Matrix sum. So here also I have to give 50, 50. Then also the resultant will be in C. Earlier I forgot to execute this program. So I am giving a 3, 2 matrix, 3, 2 matrix. So here also I am giving some colon to avoid confusion. Three, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 3, 2, 1. So both the result is also a 3 by 2 matrix. First element is 1 plus 7, so it is 8, then 2 plus 8, 10, 3 plus 9, 12, 4 plus 3, 7, 5 plus 2, 7, and 6 plus 1 is also 7. So any doubt in these two programs? If you are clear with it, please type a clear message. If you have any doubt, you can ask both these programs. So and also one more thing, let me check this condition also, addition not possible. I'm just giving 3, 2 and 3, 3. So addition is not possible since the number of columns are different. Okay, let me move to the next program. It's a very simple one. Write a program to find sum of upper triangular elements, sum of diagonal elements, and sum of lower triangular elements of a square matrix. So here square matrix means rows and columns will be same. Rows and columns will be same. So here I have an example matrix. Here upper triangular means these elements which is denoted in blue. Diagonal means these three elements. Lower triangular means these three elements. So here we have to find sum of these elements. So 3 values will be the output. Upper triangular matrix means 2 plus 3 plus 7, that is 12. Diagonal means 1 plus 11, 12. 12 plus 6 is 18. And lower triangular output means 15 plus 9, that is 24. That is 24. So based on the index value, when we can say elements are diagonal. Based on the index value, when we can say the elements are diagonal. Varsha, Shibu. So what is the specialty of diagonal elements? What about the index values? Okay, what is the specialty? One, one, two, two, three, three. Okay, it will be equal. It will be same. Okay, fine. So you can mute the mic. So this, generally using for loop, these rows are denoted by I and these columns are denoted by J. So when we have to get 18 when I equal to J. I equal to J. So what about the index values of upper triangular matrix? So they are 1, 2, 1, 3 and 2, 3. So from this, can we find any relation between index values? Salas, Paul, Augustine. Saket Kumar. Saket Kumar can hear me. So what is the specialty of index values in an upper triangular matrix? 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 3. Is there any relation? Okay, no problem. Here the relation is, these are I values and these are J values. I will be less than J. I is less than J. I is less than J. And similarly for lower triangular matrix, I will be greater than J. I is greater than J. So the idea of the program is, I will explain with the help of I will write the program, then I will explain it. Upper, lower, matrix dot C. So first of all, I have to read a matrix. Enter number of rows and columns. Here it is a square matrix. So there is no need to read row and column. Since it is a square matrix, we have to read only rows or columns. So I am writing enter number of rows of a square matrix. So only row will be there, and number of elements is R into R. So if it is 3 cross 3, it will contain 9 elements. So this will print the message enter 9 elements. So here instead of C I am using R because rows and columns are same. So this will read the square matrix. This will read the square matrix. Again I am using the same for loop. So here I am declaring some variables. Upper triangular I am declaring it as U and I am SU, sum of upper triangular. I am initializing it as 0. Then sum of lower triangular matrix SL as 0 and sum of diagonal SD as 0. And removing this scanf. This for loop, these two for loops or these nested for loop will go through each and every elements in the matrix. Each and every elements in the matrix. So I am writing some condition. If I equal to j means the element visited is a diagonal element. Element visited is a diagonal element. So what we have to do, SD plus equal to A of I j. When I equal to j means I equal to j means those are diagonal elements. Those are diagonal elements. So at some point we will go through every cells. So first it will visit on 1. So it is at that case I equal to j. So SD plus equal to means SD equal to SD plus A of ij. SD is initialized as sum. So 0 plus A of ij, 0 plus 1. So after some point it will reach 2, 2. At that time 6 will be added along with SD. After some time in the end we will reach 3, 3. At that time this 11 will be added along with SD. So in the end we will get the sum of diagonal elements. So else if I less than j. I less than j means it is upper triangular matrix. So SU plus equal to A of I j. Else means I greater than j. So I am just writing else. Similarly, it will find the lower triangular matrices. So it is SL plus equal to A of I j. Silas Paul Augustine. So if you have any problem with the mic, you just comment in the chat box. Mic is not working. So I am calling you for the third time. If you didn't respond, I didn't give you attendance. Silas Paul Augustine, can you hear me? Okay, no problem. Rishi Sagar. Rishi Sagar. So what will be the next step in this program? So internally we calculated SD, SU and SL. It is there in the memory. So what is the next step? Okay, what you said is the program is over. I am just executing the program. So I am giving 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. I didn't get any output. So what I have to do? Rishi Sagar. What I have to do? Okay, no problem. Okay. So next what we have to do is we have to print these values. We have to print the value of SD, SU and SL. So printf sum of diagonal elements equal to percentage %d slash n comma SD. Per triangular elements as SU. Lower triangular elements as SL. So I'm executing the program. So here I missed the semicolon. Here also I missed the semicolon. Okay, I am trying to run this example. So I had to enter 3. And I have to enter the values. So here some error is there. Okay, 1% is enough. Three, 1, 2, 3. It is actually 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11. Here sum of diagonal elements is 18. Sum of upper triangular elements is 12. Sum of lower triangle elements is 24. So any doubt in this program? It's a simple program, but you have to understand the concept. When we can say the elements are diagonal, when we can say the element comes under upper triangular, and we can say the elements are under lower triangular. If the program is clear, please type clear in the chat box. Any doubt you can ask? Okay. Which statement? Else statement. Okay. So I didn't. I greater than. Oh, it is written as else. We are comparing I and j. That means it may be either equal to or less than, or only the other possibility is greater than. Okay. So those who are clear, please type clear in the chat box. Okay, thank you. Okay, last program. After discussing this program, we can wind up. Write a program to find largest element in a matrix using functions. Using functions. Okay. Matrix largest element dot C. So I am defining the function. I am giving the function name as largest. So largest element in a matrix means the output of the program is a single element. Output of the program is a single element. So the function will return some value. So it will be an integer. So int largest. Then what are the parameters? Definitely one is a matrix. So I have to write something like this one. 2 box bracket or 2 square bracket to denote first parameter is a matrix or a two-dimensional array. Next is number of rows. So it is another integer. Next is number of columns, another integer. Next is, okay, this is enough. Number of rows and number of columns. This is the function declaration. Int largest, int a. So this is function header, int r, comma, int c. So how to find largest of a, we already studied how to find largest element in an array. It's a very simple program. So initially I will declare the largest element as a of 1, 1. That is the first step. So here largest element, initially it is considered as 1. I am explaining based on this example. So initially L equal to a of 1, 1 and that will be equal to 1. This value. Next it will iterate or next it will read this value 1, 2. So we will compare whether L is, whether this value, that means whether this 2 is greater than L. Yes, 2 is greater than L, it is true. So this is the new large value. So I have to write something like if L greater than a of ij, then L equal to a of ij. L equal to a of ij. Because that is the concept. Next it will visit this element 3. So anyway, this is written in ascending order. So 3 is greater than is the screen visible? Please respond. Am I audible? Okay, I think I lost a network connection for a moment. Okay, come back. So again, earlier the larger value was 2. So sorry, it is not. The condition is for. Okay, I will explain it again. We just consider this example. So initially I will set L as a of 1, 1. So L is 1. Next, that larger value will be compared with this one. So since this one is larger, I will store the 2 in the L. So So I will 2 in L. Similarly, I will compare with this element 3. 3 and 2 will be compared. At that time 3 is greater. So 3 will be stored in L. And this condition is checked while I go through each and every cells. First I will scan the first row, then I will read the second row, then I will read the third row. Whenever this condition is satisfied, the value is updated. That means we will get a new larger value. So this program is, I am writing this program only to understand how we can use a two-dimensional array and functions. Two-dimensional array and functions. So I am declaring some variables int I, j, L to store the larger value, L equal to A of 1, 1. I'm copying the for loop from other program. So here it is R and here it is C. So I'm writing the condition. If A of ij, that means we will read each and every cells, and if at some point it is greater than L, then the L value will be updated. L equal to A of ij. So after the entire execution finished, L will contain the larger value, and we have to return it. Return L. So any doubt in this function, please respond. Any doubt in this function to find largest of elements in a matrix? If you are clear, please type clear in the chat box. Okay. Next I have to write the main. So I am copying these statements. So these statements will read a matrix. Then I have to call the function. So the function name is largest. First parameter is an matrix. So here the matrix is having same name A. Number of rows is R, C. And I am storing it in another variable called K, because some value is returning from the function largest. That value will be stored in K, and we have to print it. Printf largest element in matrix is percentage %d, K. So it is just to read the array, read this matrix, and this line is to call the function largest, and this is to print the largest value. So here there is some error here. So while executing, we are getting some error. So you have to understand this concept clearly. When we call the function and one of the parameters is two-dimensional array, we have to specify the number of columns, not number of rows. We have to specify the number of columns. Okay, now it is okay. So always remember, not number of rows, number of columns. The size of the columns must be specified. The size of the columns must be specified. Let me execute the program. I'm entering a 3 cross 3 matrix. I'm giving 1, 2, 7, 8, 9, 3, 4, and 5. Then 6. So the largest element among this largest element is actually 9. So the largest element in matrix is 9. Largest element in matrix is 9. So we all know how to find largest of elements in a matrix, but the purpose of this program is to understand this one. How to pass a two-dimensional array into a function. How to give a two-dimensional array as a parameter. So I have done this program earlier, even though even if I write this program earlier, I forgot this one. So always keep this thing in mind. When we write the parameters for two-dimensional array, you have to specify number of columns. Number of columns in the formal parameters. In the formal parameters. Is it clear? Any doubt?